The next is money concept. Money concept, I like this topic, very interesting topic. Hmm. Money concept is how much you think you are worth. How much you think you are worth. And the idea of money concept is this: you can never, I repeat, you can never make more money than you think you are worth. Now, if you by any mistake make any money above your money concept, you will lose it eventually. Give it 6 months max, you'll be back to where you started from again. So the only way to actually make more money is to increase your money concept. Let me give you an example. When I was a student, I won scholarship. I had this total scholarship thing, right? They pay you 150K. So they paid me my 150K that year. First 150K was mad. I was in year one then. I was just living my life. Yes, I just saw a lot. 150,000. By the way, it was like 2016. So 150K had it. Now 150K is transport money. There it was a lot of money, right? Yeah, first thing I did, I bought video chocolates. Because video chocolate there was like 200 naira. So you have to be rich to buy that kind of thing. So I bought video chocolates. Then I went to buy bread and beans. It was like 5 minutes. I just kept eating the money. Then when I finished eating and I was satisfied, it now dawned on me that I have like 145K. And then it was still a lot of money. I spent that money within a month. That money. In fact, I caught myself saying something. I was talking to someone and I'm like, I don't think I can rest or something like that. I gave it away. That's how bad it was. I gave this one 20K, this one 30K, this one 50K. Until the money finished, my mind now calmed down. Ah, back to poverty. I'm still. Now, look at another example. Now, if I have, let's say, example, less than 30 million, I start freaking out. Oh my god, I'm broke. Have you met people like that that complain that are broke? And then you hear how much they have, and you're like, you have to be kidding me. You will see somebody with like maybe 20 billion naira, and he's like, oh my god, I'm going through poverty right now. Oh my god, life is hard. And ask Bob, say, guy, now it's 30 billion I just have left in my account. And you that you don't have like maybe 500K, I look like person, or even 10K, I look like person like, just give me small. Eh, Give me inside your poverty, please. This is poverty, I want it. It's money concept. And money concept is about how much are you comfortable with. And if you are comfortable with that amount, you will stay there. The moment you become uncomfortable with that amount, you will do everything to leave that place. You will do everything to leave that place. And there's one easy way to improve your money concept. Very easy. Set goals. Let me give you an example for Flint. Last year, our goal was 5 billion. So the first quarter, we sold like 600 and something million. We're very excited. By second quarter, we made like over 1 billion. The third quarter, which is the last quarter of the year, we made like 2 billion in sales. Total sale was almost 6 billion. We're very happy. We're very excited. Everybody celebrated. It was amazing. This year, our goal is 36 billion. First quarter, total sales was slightly over 2 billion. And it was the most depressing moment ever. Now, the same 2 billion we would have celebrated last year is making us depressed this year. Why? Our goals. Because maybe we set those goals, our money concept went up. All of a sudden, we're no longer confident. Now, if I make maybe 50 million in a month, I'm like, God, have bless. What a terrible month. What a terrible month. Because why? My goals are way higher. And what happens when you increase your money concept is this: you get so uncomfortable, you have no choice but to improve. You start losing sleep. I've been losing sleep. When I say I lose sleep on these things, I'm like, I don't mean it figuratively. I mean literally cannot sleep. Like, I've had a hard time. It's after this retreat I started sleeping a lot better. Before the retreat, like 2 weeks, even a month, I've been losing sleep for different things. First day losing sleep over facility management. That one I lost sleep for a very long time. You know when you lie down but your mind is still awake, and then you wake up, you're tired because you know it's. Then later I started losing sleep for sales. I just keep losing sleep for different things. Why? I'm not reaching my goals. And how you get there is that it's not just setting goals. You have to internalize the goal, which means you have to have enough internal dialogue about your goals that you get to a point where you just have to get your goal. So this is one reason why we have a chapter on goal setting here. So your money concept, how much you think you are worth is how much you are going to make. Period. For example, my money concept, let's say my money concept is 500 million a year. What will happen is this: if I lose my current job, let's say I get fired from food, I get fired for some reason, right? That happen. Get fired, I leave the company. The next job I'm going to get, I will not take a job where can make anything less than 500 million a year. So if you do accidental money can go away whenever. But deliberate money, oof, okay, if you lose it, we can always get it back again because you know how you did it. And that's why it's important to get your money through learning. Because then you know how you got it. Not one day you show up. The way people think generally is that one day they'll get rich because, God will remember them. Some random person just call. Hey, what's up? Rita, how you doing? I was sleeping. I could not sleep. I kept thinking about you. God had asked me to bless you today. Oh yeah, Rita, come, no problem. Then I carry Rita and put her in one position where she's going to fuck everything up. So let's say I run like a hotel like Transcorp. I am like, you know what, Rita, because God has touched my heart, I'll put you as the CEO of Transcorp Hilton. Rita is like, what's the salary like? Oh yeah, the salary is good. It's fair. It's not that high. It's like 150 million a year. But I just tried. And then we'll put you as the CEO there and you get shares option too. And Rita is like, wow, this is amazing. And then we'll carry Rita and put her there. That's how a lot of people think riches is going to come. Now, what is going to happen in reality is if that really happens, you put Rita there. No offense. You ruin that hotel in such a way that people will not believe that's just computing. Right? Because that's usually what will happen. And then what happened is you lose it again and you're back to square one. I've seen this happen in my mom's church and other places I've been in where people give testimony about one great thing that happened in their life. 1 year later, they are back to where they started. Because why? There was no deliberate growth to get there. It was just accidental. Maybe the person made a mistake to put you in that position. You will come back. So, yeah, you need to understand money concept. Then value more important than money. So money is not just money. Money is tied to value. And whenever you want to sell or you want to communicate value, you have to make sure you are staying on what is the value versus what is the money. So if you are going to pursue money, do not pursue money itself, pursue value. How much value can I bring to the team? So that's where money lies. How much value can you bring in? The reason I'm paid so well is because of my value. Is what can I do? If you put Bright here, what can you do? If you put this other guy there, what can you do? Can you actually do it? For instance, one of our top earner in the company is a salesperson. Last year, she sold 1 point something billion for the company. Can you do it? If you can do it, you can give your money. So what can you do? So value is where money lies. So if you know how to create value for other people, you get more money. It's that simple. Flash would say we make our money because we build houses. Without those houses, a lot of people won't have where to stay. And then our client, our investors will not have investment instruments that is making more money for them. It's one of the things I always tell salespeople. The clients make more money from those properties than we do. Way more. Way more. We have projects we sold to clients for like 2.5 million that we even ran at a loss. If those clients want to sell those units now, they can sell it for like 6 million. So only they bought 2.5. And they've already collected maybe like 2.5 already in rental income. No brainer. We had deals we sold to clients in 2013. Need one. So the client bought 13, 15 million. Now they want to sell at least 35 million. That's why we are getting paid. Because we gave that much value to those people. That's how money works. What can you do for other people? What value can you bring to other people? So when you think about your job, you need to think about your job in terms of value creation. What value are you bringing? Because that's the only way you can get more money. So the more the value, the more the money. So you look at the key areas that relates to your job and say, okay, how can I improve this and this? If I can improve it and everybody will know it's me that improved it, it means I have a lot more value. I can be put in better position or at least be paid more because we don't want to lose valuable people. Only do you think if you are, let's say for instance now, let's say social media manager, we notice that every time you post or you create a content, we hit 20K views on those videos. Almost every time. Out of 10, 7 of your videos go 20K and above. Do you think if you come and meet her and say, I want double my salary, do you think we're going to pay you double? I will say, go. We'll pay you double. We pay you double. That's what I mean that managers are not producing like you. We'll pay you double and even more. Or let's say you are, what role? What role are you? Our sales is so straightforward. Just bring you more money. If you ask for more, we'll give you more. We have, we just give out a Lexus SUV to our top salespersons. We have plans on giving out a Range Rover to top salespeople. Very straightforward. If you ask for more, we'll give you more. What about you? Graphics designer, great. Same thing. Your designs are converting. We're seeing results. We notice whenever you post design, people are always post it. We're having a lot more comment, a lot more likes for your designs. And we get more results from your designs than any other thing. Great, to pay you more, we get more value. So you need to understand the key value areas for your career, for your particular field, and then you produce based on them. The price is in your head, not in and not in customer. This is mostly for salespeople. In fact, it's for everybody. Remember, what did I notice? Whenever I ask people to tell me what how much they want us to pay them, they're always too conservative. I've never met anybody that went too crazy. Everybody's always too conservative. Oh, yeah, how much? La. Even when people think they are calling plenty, but be like 1 million a month. Like, you know, we can pay more, right? But we tell you how you get the 1 million. If you want 5 million a month, there are people will pay up to that in this company. Brian Tracy had this saying, was like, whenever he has coaching session with people at work and they say, let's say they are earning 20,000, $50,000 a year, and they want to go to $100,000 a year, he's gonna say, okay, if your goal is $100,000 a year, have you gone to meet your company to see how they can be paying you that much? And then they always say like, oh no, 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 my company cannot pay that kind of money. It's a small company, it's not like that, they can't do that. Then he always asks your one question, I did pay anybody in the company $100,000 a year. And they're like, yeah, 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 they are. And he will tell them. So it means it's not that they can't pay $100,000 a year, that they can't pay you $100,000 a year. So you need to understand how to get value of price in your head. Whatever you think you can do, you can do. It's just the truth. It is just the truth. There's this video I keep, I'll add to the list of videos we said to you. There's a video where we started flames and I was doing this pitch on how I bet it's 1 billion naira. You should watch the video. My neck was a lot thinner. Um, my voice was different. I look completely different. I said something about video that I like. Said, you should know it's mindly that right now you have like 4K in my account, but I can tell you guys for sure we make 1 billion naira. And everybody can be like, they just they talk. Why I like that video so much, it shows that it was not by chance. It was very deliberate. Very, very deliberate. So let's go to goal sets because time is fast spent. So you want to now improve yourself, you want to grow, you want to improve your money concept. The number one thing you need to know how to be set goals. Now, you cannot hit a target you don't know. If you leave your house, you don't know where you're going to, you don't know what to. It's always, imagine you leave your house and you just don't know where you're going to. What do? You just start wandering up and down. You don't know which bus to enter. Sorry, are you going for this training? Don't worry, go back, please. Go back. It's already past time. What time did they tell you? 9. 9 is 9, please. Go back. So, you don't know where you are going to, you can't get there. So if you don't know where you are going to, you cannot get where you don't know. So goal is supposed to set the tone of where you are going to. So it helps you that even know what matters, what doesn't matter. So at every point in your life, you must have goals. If you don't have goals, it means you are going through life not knowing what you are doing or where you are going to. At every point in your life, you must have a goal you are pursuing. You must have a primary goal. Now, what makes a goal is first is you must write it down. If your goal is not written down, it's a wish. I mean, you want to be rich. Yeah, I like some people, they are very honest, they don't raise their hand. Good, good, good. It's nice to know. I've also noted people that don't want to be rich. So, everybody raise your hand. So, rich, rich, rich. How many people like to be rich? Rich. Okay, not yet. Okay, it's everybody. How many people like to be rich? Everybody raise up your hand. Then you now ask, how much is rich? Now that's tricky. Because have you really thought about how much? Exact number. And then, is it written down as a goal? So what is the time? So when you say you've written it down, what's the timeline for the rich? Because you have to have a timeline. So what makes a goal is one, it has to be specific and can be tracked. I want to be rich is not a goal, please. That is not a goal. I want to make 10 million naira this year. That's a goal. So one, it has to be very specific. Two, you can track. There has to be a timeline. Yes, I told you guys about a mission of 100,000 units by 2029. Clear number that can be tracked, clear timeline. So write it down, clear timeline, and it has to be a specific, it can be tracked. Something you can measure. You cannot set the goal on, I want to be more happy. How do one take note if you are now more happy now? You were happy. Are you happy today? Yes. How do you know that you will not be happy tomorrow? It's a very technical thing to measure. But when you have money, you have timeline, you have to like actually measure very straightforward. So yes, you have to write it down. And then the next thing, so it's clear, specific, there's a timeline written down. The next thing is, what would you give up for your goal, which is sacrifice? Can I was right. Apparently, to make money, you need to sacrifice. They sacrifice. See, it's so funny and so true at the same time. But you don't need to kill your grandmother or anything, though. Please and please, let me clarify. I sacrificed a lot, not my family members. If you watch, you can do head count. As I did when this video is short, everybody is still alive. Nobody lost anything, right? But you had to sacrifice. I was saying to what did I tell you to? I think it was when I was shooting a video about sacrifice, or I was talking about it in one training, and I realized how weird things are for me in the sense that I don't have any hobbies anymore. I don't watch TV. Like there are a lot of things I just don't do. I wake up in the morning, I read, I go to every day I go to the gym, almost every day, at least 4 times a week. I go to the gym. Almost every day I go to the gym. Almost every day I read a book in the morning before I come to the office. In the evening, I try to relax, but my entire Instagram is motivational stuff. My entire Instagram. Most of the times I'm watching either videos of YouTube videos. For whenever I'm on my TV to watch YouTube videos, maybe I have this interview with one entrepreneur I want to watch, but I want to watch it in a glamorous way, which is watching it on TV. It's very nice. You just sit down. It's entertaining looking. I don't know, I find it entertaining. But over time I started realizing this is not how normal people live their life. Because why? I slowly had to give away those things year after year. And here's the thing. Once you write down your goal, you have to write down what you are willing to sacrifice for it. You have to write out what you are willing to sacrifice. Are you willing to work extra hours? Are you willing to read more? Are you willing to stop doing something? Usually it's stop doing something. Maybe stop drinking. You notice that your drinking is getting too much. And you know what I really like about the sacrifice game is that when you think you sacrificed everything, there's still something you've not yet sacrificed. It's really like Kalayo, where the other that they asked you for his sister, I said, I'll give you my sister and her friends. Even the members of his cause, they were shocked. They were like, bro, we want this money, but you're on another level. He says, sir, you only ask for my sister. I have friends, so I can bring them. It's very similar to when you're trying to improve yourself. It's a lot of times you sacrifice and you get to a point you feel like, oh, I've sacrificed everything now. Nope. They'll be like, that's you like it, eh? Okay, bring it. So you have to sacrifice for your goal. There is nothing you don't get. There's nothing for something. There's always something you have to give to get. Because this is not if you write down the goal now, everything will be great. No. You have to suffer. You will suffer, you will go through it, and you will sacrifice. So you have to determine what you are willing to pay. Because for everything you want, there is a price. Everything you want, there's a price. And you have to agree to pay that price upfront. So you pay the price first before you get it. You want to make 10 million this year, there's a price. You want to make 100, there's a price. You want to make 1 billion, there's a price. Whenever I meet people and I try to discuss goals with them and they are telling me big goals, I'm like, are you sure? Like I'll talk to some business people, they're like, I want to grow my business to 1 billion naira, 10 billion naira. I'm like, are you sure? Because what you are just saying is one is going to take you longer, and two is going to be a lot harder. which means you go through a lot more chaos than people who are trying to build their business to 10 million. So it depends on you deciding, are you willing to pay the price for that goal? I was watching a video about $10 and now I ran into debt of over $500 million. And then he said he was still considering killing himself during that period. And I'm like, why you be in debt of $500 million? Even Elon Musk had similar story. I say Elon Musk, Donald Trump, when he was in debt of over $800 million. And he was talking to, he said he was walking on the road, one popular story, and he saw one beggar. And he's like, this beggar is $900 million richer than me. And then the lady was like, what do you mean? He's like, oh yeah, I'm in debt of 900 million. He probably has like zero. So he's still better than me. But not really, because you just came down from your helicopter. So calm down. Calm down. This nigga has not eaten. So the bigger you want, the more you should be willing to risk, the more sacrifice you are willing to take. So if you don't have the appetite for it, know from beginning that, so it's not like you just say, I want to be a billionaire. Great, I like it. By all means, pay the price. The price for a billionaire is not the same as price of a 10 millionaire guy or a 100 millionaire guy, especially if you want to do legit. Even if you want to do fraud is never easy. There's risk to it too. And there's sacrifice too. Then this one, they might ask for your family members. So whatever goal you are setting for yourself, you have to now be able to pay the price for that goal. So it's not just writing it down and saying, this is my goal. Pay the price. What's the price? Pay it. And you know the price. Don't worry. You know the price. The more you keep chasing, the more it gets obvious what the price is. One of the weirdest prices I've paid, I've forgotten the year it was. As I entered the year, I knew exactly what the price was. Right. Stop sleeping with too many people. Stop. No sex throughout this year. One of my mentors mentioned it. It's also in this book. It's a chapter on this book, Sex Transmutation. I'm like, I've been holding up on that thing for a long time. I'm like, you know what, this year, let me do it. It was hard. It was very hard. But it came through. I came through. It was rewarding at the end. I remember one of my role models, Patrick Bet David, he said he's not going to have sex till he hits $1 million. For almost 2 years old. He said he wanted to die. I don't think he waited to the end, sha. I don't think he waited till he made $1 million. My point is, what it shows is that you get to a point where building or getting to that place where you want to is more important than any other thing. So you are willing to pay the price. Because at the end of the day, the only way you get to where you are going to is you change. You have to change. You can't be the same person. The key is changing who you are. If somebody meets you today and meets you next 2 years and you are still the same person, you still act the same way, you probably still be making the same amount of money you ever get. If you want to improve how much you are making, you change. You'll be better. You'll be more organized. You'll be more disciplined. You'll be more a lot of those things. Most of our top guys are very disciplined. Very disciplined. If I say 9 o'clock, it's hard for executives to come more than 9. But for the rest of the company, they can do what they are doing. Though it's going to change the time. Because you can't, like, discipline is just foundation number one. Like, it's the number one building block. If you cannot be disciplined, they just leave it. You can't even do anything. You can't. So you have to sacrifice things. Then you have to break down your goals into action step. So the way goals work is you write down the brand goal. This year, this is what I want to make. Then next thing is, this quarter, this is what I'm going to achieve in relation to that goal. Then this month, this is what I'm going to achieve. Then you now have your weekly to do. So whenever I set a goal, one thing I always do is, what are the things that if I do them, it's going to get me to this goal? So read 2 books on this and this topic, master this and this topic, call 20 people and talk to them about this and this, do this and do this and do. I write out all the things my mind can come up with. So it's like the first thing you do when you write your goal. So if you write your goal is how to make 20 million, what are the things you have to do to make 20 million? Write it down, specific things. Now that thing is now what you now bring out your weekly to do. So every week you do things that will push you towards your goal. Why you need to read books and watch videos and learn is that most times when you see your goal, you don't know how to get there because you've never been there before. The books, the training, the videos, the learning is to tell you what you need to do. So sometimes you are not blank. I don't know. Write down what you know. So based on what you know now, what should you do? Maybe you know you should go and watch YouTube videos about it, or you should go and read this book and this book about it. Now, when you read those books, you get more idea on what you need to do. Now you now write your next steps. So every week you have your to do. Every Sunday you write your to do for the week. I have my jotter is not here. If you check my jotter, you see my weekly to do. I have so many jotters. You can track down my to do down to like 2017, 2018. Every week you write your to do for the week. These are the 5 things I need to accomplish this week. Then every day you now have your to do for the day. These are all the things I'm going to do today. All the things I have a list of all the things I'm doing today, already written down. So these are all the things. So that way you force yourself every day to work on your goal. So it's not you said go and you just move on with your life. Every day you're working on it. Every day you're working on it. Very soon you see a year has passed. Oh my God, I'm not where I used to be. There's no sleeping. Oh, you have to consistently work on it. The last thing is not reaching it is okay. So don't be scared of setting high goals. See the beauty of setting high goals. For instance, two people want to set goal for the year. Somebody sets 100 million for this year, and that person set 10 million. Now, this person that said 10 million reaches his goal. Great, he won. Yay. This person that said 100 million failed. He got at 60 million. But who is richer at the end of the day? This guy. So in fact, I don't even like when I meet my goals. Because whenever I reach my goals, you know what it tells me? My goals were too small. I should never be able to reach it. My goals were too small. If I reach it, it means it was too small. Does that mean I'm not trying to reach it? I am trying to reach it every day. If I reach it, I'll be happy. But if I reach it, after being happy, I also have to realize one thing. I set very low goals. So it's okay not to reach it. If you don't reach it, great. It's even better. It means you need to learn more, you need to build more, you need to fix more things so that you can now reach it. So if I set goal for this year, I didn't make it. Next year, I'll set a higher goal. Because why? To push me to do more, to push me to get more, to push me to start things that I would normally not start. But because I now have that high goal, I have to start it. So not reaching your goals is okay. So the fact that you're not reaching your goals does not mean you should not set them. So future growth of the company. All right, I think we've discussed that a little last year. Company goals for the year. What? Oh, not necessary. Yeah, so the way you do goal setting is that so you have like so you can write the way Brian Tracy talks about is you write like 100. I don't do that. Why you guys I have like top 5 goals. Like for this year, I have my money goal. I have my money goal. I have my um fitness goal. I have personal development goal, and I have family goals. These are the 4 goals I set. Now, so when you set your 4 goals or your 5 goals or by your life, now there's now one that will affect the others. And usually it's the money goal. If I my fitness thing now cannot work if I don't have money because you need to eat. You need to eat to do fitness. And then fitness is expensive, okay, come. And fitness is expensive. So then you focus here while you are pursuing all others. So it's not about just settling money goal. You can make it as many as you want, or you have your top priority. And your top priority is usually money because money will help other things. Family goals, if you have money to help your family, a lot. If you have money to help your health, or 10:05. Yeah, yeah, I can see it. There's not even 10:05 yet. It's like 10:04. So, yeah, future growth of the company, our goals for the year. So, goals for this year, we're trying to hit build 1,000 units, which means we have to sell about 6 billion so we can build 1,000. By next year, we'll be building 5,000 units. The year after that, 20,000 units. The year after that, 50,000 units. I think the next year we'll just wrap up whatever is left to complete 100,000 units. So, the next 5 years, we're looking at building 100,000 units. So result-oriented systems. So yes, let me talk briefly about this one. Your growth to the company is based on results. Leaders board for result and tasks. Try to communicate as much as possible. So we are very partial. We don't treat people equally. We do not treat you equally. We treat you based on your contribution to the team. I'm not trying to make everybody happy. I don't even have the end for that. It's based on your contribution. So if you go to most departments, there's a leaders board where we are tracking everything you do. The more you do, the more we value you. The more you treat you better, the more we pay you. Everything is predicated on your value to the team. We are not a family. I have my family members. I don't like some of them. I don't have plans of adding people to it. We are more business partners than family members. I no go use that one scope. Hey, we're all family in this company. If you see a better deal outside, please take it. I'm very serious. Because for us, we have to make sure that we are paying you well enough and we are creating a good environment enough to compete. Not, I will not guilt trip you to stay with flings. Neither will you guilt trip me to keep you in flings. We all both have to be working together to push value. So if you're not interested in growth, great. Go back on it. No problem. We are cool. If we if What I usually tell people is this. Two, company is growing, you are growing. If you outgrow the company, you leave. You go to somewhere else where fits your growth. If we outgrow you, we either replace you or we get someone ahead of you. We are not obligated to keep you anywhere because we have to prioritize the company first and foremost. We are trying to create a conducive environment for people to work, but it does not mean the environment means everybody has to be nice to each other. Everybody has to be, kumbaya and be cheerful all the time. No, it means we have to hold everybody to high standards. Try to communicate as much as possible. I don't have as much time as I should. So this one, try to communicate more. Talk. See, talk. Call out people. We had a meeting the other day for general meeting. And we're talking about how everybody needs to speak out to authority. If your boss is not doing things the right way, talk. Actually talk. We hired you to talk. We hired you to bring in your own opinion. Because the way in Nigerian society has really built a system where everybody is afraid of everything or afraid of talking, afraid of doing anything. Because why we are afraid of authority? Because we know authority is just, you cannot talk. Because in school, they don't allow you to talk to your teachers. At work, you're not supposed to talk to your boss. But please, we cannot grow this company if we build it like that. Talk. Say your mind. Share your opinion. Don't be rude, but communicate. Share your ideas. There's this thing I do whenever I'm in a meeting and I keep having a meeting and then somebody's not talking. I'll just have a meeting another day. I'm not inviting the person. And I'll tell you, oh, why stop inviting you because you don't talk. So it's pointless you being in the room if you won't see anything. We as well just not have you there. At least the breeze in the room will go around. It's the truth. Because if you are in the room and you're not saying anything, we're having a meeting. You are just taking up space. The more the people in the room, the hotter it gets. So at least we take one person out, it will be a lot chiller for the people that are talking. So communicate. If you have an issue, say it. We are going to do courses on that, on how best you can communicate your grievances and issues like that. But in fact, currently we are going through something like that with all head of departments to teach the team how to better communicate their grievances and issues to the company so that we can grow. Because if you are there, you're just sitting there and not saying anything, bro, we ain't getting value for the money. And then tomorrow they promote somebody over you, you're like, and I know this thing. Well, we did not know. You kept it to yourself, and we cannot read your mind. So try as much as possible to communicate so that you can help the company grow and then you too can grow and we can also see how talented you are. If you are talented, do not hide it. It doesn't pay you. Hiding your talents is waste of opportunity, money, and time. You say, this guy I'm better than him, but you did not talk.